So I'm usually a pretty big wuss when it comes to horror movies, but I know there's a lot of great films in this genre, so I'm trying to be brave and branch out and watch some of them. So today I'm watching the 2012 film Sinister. Judging by the title, I'm guessing more of like a thriller, mystery. I'm not anticipating a ton of gore. Based off the title alone, I have no idea what the movie is about. I don't know the plot, the cast, the director, anything like that. But again, just off the one-word titles, it's a little tricky to predict, but Sinister makes me think of something evil, so that's why I'm thinking more, you know, a mystery and a thriller as opposed to a slasher film. Even though this movie is over 10 years old, it's one of the newer movies that I've watched. I typically watch movies from 70s, 80s, 90s, maybe early 2000s, and I'm curious to see if there'll be CGI involved. I love practical effects, so I'm hoping for some of those, but given when this came out, I'm assuming if there are effects, they'll most likely be CGI. But thank you so much for sharing and this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for movies you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Oh, I really don't like where this is going already. This is gonna be scary. I know it's a horror movie and it's supposed to be scary. Oh my god. What? How are they? What? Oh my god, this is horrible. What is going on? I keep thinking there's something wrong with the audio in my headphones, but I'm starting to think that's just the movie. Because it's very, like, crackly, and I'm like, oh, there's something wrong, but this seems to be intentional. Oh my gosh, they look like kids. Oh man. What? So many questions already. Who's filming this? Well, it's definitely Sinister. It's living up to its title right off the bat. I love Ethan Hawke. Awesome. I haven't... Actually, that's not true. I just saw him in a movie on Netflix. But other than that, I haven't seen him in a movie in a while.
Sweetheart, what are you doing?
Painting?
Yeah, I know. I think your mom wants your help unpacking.
Little kids in horror movies. She's painting a weird drawing already.
Well, not much, I expect, unless I can convince you to load those boxes back on that truck and leave as soon as you're able.
Oh, good. So they're definitely welcome here. Not.
Blood diner?
Look, that wasn't my fault. All right.
Your bad theory helped a killer go free. You ruin people's lives.
Oh, it's a true crime? Oh my gosh.
Tells me that I'm wasting my time. It just means he thinks he's wasting his.
That's clever. You ought to write that down.
Off to a frosty start.
Assume your department is not at my disposal?
Well, what do you know? You can still get things right on occasion.
Yeah, you think he'd be working with the police to solve this crime, but they don't seem willing.
You did. I don't want to know about it.
We didn't.
You promise?
I promise.
You obviously has a history of doing these things if she's suspicious, yeah.
It's gonna be good here, right? You'll see.
It's always great at the start of the horror movie, and then things take a swift turn. Oh, that's the tree. Oh my god, that's definitely the tree. And he knows. Oh, little sneaky liar. I mean, at the very least, you're gonna have ghosts. On a good day, you're gonna get ghosts. Frickin' jump scares. My heart's not ready. Good gravy.
You gotta be kidding me. Family hanging out 11.
Oh god, can it not be called family hanging out?
It is. But it's not gonna go sour.
I mean, pressure's on. Yeah, 10 years since his last hit, and financially, obviously, they're counting on this, and it sounds like his marriage is riding on this. He's even started writing this thing, and they're definitely alluding to something that happened previously that didn't go well, and oh no. am intrigued by true crime stories, so I'm curious to see. I wasn't expecting that approach, so I'm curious to see where this is going to go, and from the perspective of a writer as well. Yeah, if that photo, the attic was empty, and he obviously found something up there, so... Let's do this. God, creepy old movies. Yeah, and again, we have kind of this, like, crackling audio in the background, like this distorted sound. For the movie, I know when they would have filmed this format of film that he's watching, there wouldn't have been any audio, but yeah, it's really just adding, like, a new level to the film. Oh my god. And we can't see, like, obviously somebody is cutting this branch off camera, but we can't see what's happening. Oh my god, that's heartbreaking. And that they filmed it, like, ugh. Yeah, because there's only 4 of them. Oh, Stephanie. Okay, interesting. Like, I mean, I know he doesn't have a great... I was just going to say, why isn't he bringing the tape to the police? But he clearly has a strained relationship with the police and has written about the police before, so... I don't know. But I'm curious to see, like, we've already got a mystery, like, we've just started, and we've kind of got this mystery the city's going to solve, so... Oh my god, oh my god. What's happening? What? Why are they all in the car with gasoline? Oh my gosh. It's creeping me out. The sound effects, this like crackling music is too much. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be oh my god. What? Oh my god, that whole family. Yeah, you're gonna need to keep drinking a lot, bud. And who's filming this? Oh my god.
Hello? Hello?
Or is he thinking, like, if he can solve it, he can get the fame and recognition and do it without the police? And it also looks like all the tapes have been taped over, like it cuts very quickly to something else, like they'll have like that fun day at the beach and then boom, car on fire, like... And how did the box get there? Okay, interesting. Ghosts. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
Hey, wake up! Wake up! Hey, wake up! Wake up!
That was his kid? Oh my god, why was his kid in the box? What? I thought it was a ghost. Oh my god, what's going on? This is way too scary for me. And just like this backwards angle of him like contorting out of the box.
Hey, look at the stars! Trevor! Trevor.
Has he done this before? What? Oh my god, just wakes up screaming in a box? Oh my god. That's beyond night terrors.
It's just the stress of the move. I found him in one of the moving boxes.
Oh baby. What's in the box? Oh my god. Now he's drowning them? What? Oh my god, tied to the... Oh my god, that's terrifying. This can't be the same family, right? It's gotta be different families, like, throughout the years that have died here. Oh my god. Oh! That'd be terrifying. Because they seem to know what's happening. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. No, 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 no. I hated that. There was something in the pool. It's way too scary. Yeah, it's like a reflection of a mask in the pool or something. Oh my god. If that thing moves, I'm freaking out of here, man. Oh no. That can't be a good sign. I do love, obviously, as a film enthusiast, anytime we get to see these older formats, like he's using Super 8 right now and researching it and trying to digitize it or edit it.
Drew a picture with a permanent marker on the classroom whiteboard. Tell him what you drew. I drew a tree. With 4 people hanging from it.
Oh my god, how did he know? How did he draw that? Oh my gosh.
Ellison, and he's already hearing the grisly details of your mystery.
Something's gotten to that kid. Yeah, something's messing with him. And we get this, like, killer's POV. Oh, please leave the dog. Oh my god, everybody's tied up again. Cheese and rice. Oh my gosh. Oh, and you see the reflection in his glasses. Oh my god. He's skipping the glass altogether now. He's seen too much. Oh my gosh. This movie is dark, to say the least.
Suspects involved in this vicious multiple murder and child abduction.
Or did he come back for revenge? But he couldn't have done the earlier ones, so yeah, very interesting. Oh, cheese and rice! I knew the frickin' jump scare was coming and I fell for it. Oh my god, I was like, it's too quiet. He's been wandering around the house. There's gonna be something behind him and this frickin' sound. Ah! I'm too on edge. Cheese and rice again? Oh my god, my heart's not ready. Honestly. Too much, man. Too much. Oh. Good night. Oh my god. Also, why do they always go exploring in the dark? Like, I know the power's off, but
Family hanging out.
Mr. Boogie? Is that what it said next to his name? And then the pool. Yeah, it's like every family that's lived here. Yeah. Mr. Boogie. The boogeyman, is that what we're going with?
Barbecue.
In the car. And I hate that he's named him these things. Oh my god, that's horrible. Cheese and crackers. Oh my god, oh my, oh! And like, who made that drawing also? Oh my gosh.
I didn't say anyone was up there. I just said it sounded like there was an intruder. I did see a small snake, though.
Snakes don't have feet.
Thanks, Tips. Good job.
In or out up there and all the power going off in the neighborhood. I bet that they got spooked from the sound of everything shutting down at once.
Good detective work. Yep,
Tell you blood down at the station. It would really mean a lot to me if you signed a copy.
Of course, I got a few extra copies in my office.
Thank you so much. That's so great.
It seems like half the police force hates him for what he wrote, and the other half is like hardcore fans.
Office, you got a map with pictures connected with yarn and everything.
He's like, I'm not a police officer. Like,
I just want you here with me, that's all.
I've always been with you. And I'm with you now.
If that cop turns out to be that Christopher Miller character, I'm just throwing it out there. It does seem like it would be too convenient, but I feel like there's twists yet to come. And they wouldn't have told us that that kid survived if he wasn't going to come back at some point. So he's watching his old news releases. That's sad. And the cop obviously seemed very invested in this and wanted to be a part of it, so... It's reminding me so far of The Shining a little bit with, you know, them moving into this new place. The dad is, you know, a writer. Seems like he needs a lot of time to focus, and I'm worried about how deep into this he's going to get and going down this, you know, rabbit hole basically, and how obsessed he's going to become, and he's, you know, isolating himself from his family. So I know it might be a bit of a stretch, but that's kind of where I'm going. I didn't mean to swear. Just this creepy guy lurking in the woods. Like, no thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh, there it was again! Oh my gosh. That's gonna haunt my dreams forever, yep. I can't tell if it's a mask or just like very intense makeup, because it's very like white, almost like clown makeup, but no colors, obviously. Very, very pale.
Moved here. They lived where the Miller family murders happened.
Oh my god, they're all connected. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Like, why wouldn't you look up this Mr. Boogie thing on the internet or something? Oh my god. Oh my gosh, you could see his hands. There's so many of them. Get out. Get out now. I know they won't, because then the movie would be over, but just once. I feel like this creature, Mr. Boogie thing, is gonna go after Trevor. Because it seems to be targeting the sons for some reason. Oh my god. That actually scared me so much. Like, I can't even... Oh my god, I'm never sleeping again. My heart is like, that hurt, like actually hurt my heart. Such a shock. I kind of wish this was a mindless slasher, because this is gonna be stuck in my head for weeks now. Oh my god. I am really enjoying it though. I do like psychological thrillers and true crime stories and stuff like that, but my god, it's too good. It's messing with my brain. I'm gonna have to teach Vinny CPR or something, man. My heart can only take so much. Frickin' Trevor.
I left something outside.
Oh, it looked like something was behind him. I just saw like this shadowy thing follow him. Just leave the flashlight, man.
I just want to get my bat.
Oh my god. Oh my god. They're all behind him. That's what he's growling at. Oh, and I can see him in the bushes. Oh my god. I can see it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
A dog.
A very big dog. Like Cujo big. I mean, I've never seen him before.
I haven't seen Cujo, and I probably will never watch it.
I think this qualifies.
So where do you think that drowning happened?
That's what I need you to find out.
I still think he's involved somehow. It seems too convenient that he just randomly shows up. He mentioned this was his home. I don't know if that meant like literally the house was his home. He did say like it affected everybody, but I'm like, are you trying to use the area? I don't know. Maybe it's nothing, but I'm very suspicious of everybody in this. Oh my god! Oh my god, that scared me so freaking much. Oh my god. Guys, this is too much. I was like, why is he stealing their lawnmower? Oh my god. Oh, my heart. That is a graphic way to unalive somebody. Cheese and crackers. And it seems even as like the years progress, he's still using the same film format. Like obviously cameras and technology would have advanced significantly, but he's still like the 1998 footage is the same as the 62 footage. Like it's still on Super 8. So, I mean, maybe that's the format he's the most familiar with. Oh, I know this actor too.
I appreciate that.
Of course, I'm a really big fan. I'm flattered that you
thank you.
Vincent, I'm blanking on his last name.
So this might be more of a cult initiation rather than, you know, the actual actions of any one man.
And even when we had like Mr. what I was saying, Boogie, maybe it was supposed to be Mr. Beluga or whatever this deity is. They just didn't know how to spell it. I don't know.
Yes.
Tell me everything you can.
And we've seen lots of shots of him sitting alone in the dark, like at his computer, but just like the majority of the frame is blacked out. There's nothing. It's just like him in the spotlight almost. And yeah, there's been quite a few scenes that have been like dark tones, like no lights on whatsoever. He's closed all the blinds, like everything is dark. Oh my god, that's his kid. He doesn't see her. Oh my gosh, that looks just like her. Cheese and rice. If you've heard any, yeah, he's not registering them. But if somebody tells you there's this thing that eats kids, and you have kids, why are you not getting the heck out of there, man? Oh, I think these are the kids that passed away. I thought it was his kid at first, but... Oh my god, that's so sad. This little girl. Little kids in horror movies freak me out already because they're just supposed to be so innocent and then there's usually something horrible happens. You got plenty of ghosts, bud. That's for dang sure. You got the book you wanted if you can survive to write it. Oh my god. You gotta get out of there. You gotta get out of there now. You're locking the ghosts in, bud.
Stuff.
Right.
Right. Of course you don't. You never would have moved into a crime scene if you did, but here we are.
Red flags, left, right, and center.
Neglected. Mr. Oswald, Mr. Oswald, listen, I'm not saying that you have a drinking problem.
Right, okay.
I don't think that.
But it obviously discredits some of his character, and yeah, right.
But listen to me, Mr. Oswald. If you sleep in this house, it's just gonna do terrible things to your head.
They never leave. No matter what happens, they always stay in the house.
Out here.
I wanted to paint her picture, but she didn't want it in my room because that used to be her brother's room.
What?
And Circle gets the square. Yep. Talking to Stephanie. The ghosts.
They had to wipe blood off the walls for the open house.
So you're saying it didn't happen here?
No! It happened in the backyard.
Oh, that is so sad!
Yeah, he's like, that makes logical sense. Yeah, I don't think she cares. Oh god, that sound is horrible. And it's like in slow-mo, like, oh my god.
What is happening?
Is Is he like sleepwalking or something? Like he doesn't seem to be like, it doesn't seem to be like reality almost. Like, yeah, the editing is off, which I know is done intentionally, obviously, but he doesn't seem to be aware of his actions. Oh my god, all the kids are up there watching this. Oh. Oh my god. Guys, I'm so scared right now. I'm so fucking scared. It's time to go. It's time to go now. Holy cheese curdles. I'm not ready. Burn the house down, bud. At this point, that's not gonna... Oh, God. I have also noticed he's worn the same cardigan throughout the entire film. And he has a copy anyway, like he filmed it, so... Oh, we saw that face move on the camera, or on the screen. Oh my god, he's right there. He's right there.
Pack the car. We have to leave. Go!
Right quick. Leave this stuff. You can buy new stuff. Get out of there. Oh my god. I don't think this thing's gonna let it leave, but I'm glad they're trying. And the sound design is so good, but so creepy. It's just messing with my brain.
Let's go home.
My heart is still racing. I'm just expecting something to still happen. Oh my gosh. This and Hell House LLC have been the scariest movies I've seen so, like, recently.
Well, what am I looking at?
You're looking at an engraving, an old sketch from the Dark Ages, and fragments of a deteriorating fresco.
He said there was a scorpion in the house, he said there was a snake in the house, and he saw both of those. Nope. 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 Don't open the box. You know what's in the box. God, how did it get here? Why is it following you? And you burnt it. Oh my god. Hell no. Get out of the country. Get out of the continent. Go to Mars. I don't care, bud. You gotta go. This thing is latched on. Extended cut endings. I don't think that was in there before. I do love that, like, an old film, like these home movies are involved in this old film format, but Sinister does not even describe it accurately. Should have called it Nightmare Fuel for the next 30 years. That'd be a better title.
Moved out of the last house in line. If this guy is still out there, you not only just sped up his timeline, you put yourself in it.
Oh my god, because it follows from house to house. I mean, it couldn't stay there, but also, like, so he needs somebody to move into that house, basically, to take over his place? I don't want to see these. The kids did it? That's why they were drugged, because obviously a kid would need to outpower the adults. And why they're just all looking at the camera. Oh my god, that's so messed up. This thing possessed the kids and got them to do it, obviously. He's been drugged now too. Oh my god. Good night, Daddy. Oh my god, she made his coffee and drugged him. It's Ashley. Oh my god. Yep. Oh. Oh my god, this is so freaking messed up. Yeah, you're next, buddy. Oh my god, it's never gonna end. Now it's getting very shining with an axe. This is so dark. Looking up at your own kid about to do this. Oh my god. Out of the blood on the walls. Oh my gosh. And makes the symbol. Oh no. And he even referenced earlier saying like, well, it's not like they had to clear blood off the walls. They did it in the backyard. That is a lot. That those are paintings. She did like a unicorn and very disturbing blood. Oh my god. There's the rest of this horrible gang. Oh, zombie children. But now who's watching this? Because obviously this is a video. Oh my god. Is this like 7 sequels to this? Because it's just never ending. And she's adding the drawing. Oh my gosh. God, it's so even they're scared of him. Yep. It's like, I'll take you with me, thank you. And then disappears into the film. Oh my god. That is a grim ending. House painting. Jesus Christ. And then they're gonna leave it in the house for whoever moves in next. Oh my god! I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. Oh my god. Well, that was beyond effed up. Whoever you are, Scott Derrickson, you got one twisted mind. I really did enjoy it though, but holy sugar cookies. I'm ready to watch like 30 cartoons now. Oh my gosh. So it was my first time watching the 2012 film Sinister, and I'm terrified. My heart is still racing. That was one of the scariest movies I've seen recently, maybe of all time. It's a lot to process. Like I said, that and Hell House LLC are probably the scariest movies I've seen recently, and I kind of thought I had gotten like desensitized to horror movies because I've been watching them for a while now, but this one freaking got me. Like, I usually fall for the jump scares, but man, this one just had me on edge through the entire movie. Like, the pacing was really good, and the movie was close to 2 hours, but I mean, at no point was I like, okay, where are we going with this? Like, at no point was I bored. Like, it was very entertaining, and I really enjoyed it, as weird as that sounds, because I was freaking terrified the entire time, but so well done. I liked that they incorporated, these home movies, and we had this, Super 8 film footage, and that had continued. And even when he's talking to Deputy so-and-so, who we never even learned the name of, and I was completely off in my prediction that he was, you know, the killer or one of the children who had escaped. But no, it was apparently this demon, this Mr. Boogie, who, I mean, I'm assuming is supposed to be the boogeyman. Let me know in the comments, but that would be the most logical guess. And who's like eating these children. Terrifying. And that the kids are responsible, obviously, through being possessed. Like, the kids would have done this on their own. This thing is possessing them and is telling them to unalive their family, and to have our main characters killed off in the like, grim, so grim, no happy ending of any kind. Ashley is taken, you know, into the picture, and the little kids are so scared they run away as soon as they see this Mr. Boogie appear, and they're terrified, and just, it was a lot. Yeah, Sinister is not an intense enough name. You need something much more scary for a title, and I couldn't imagine what, like, I'm scared watching this at home with all the lights on. Like, I couldn't imagine what it would be like watching this in a dark theater with the sound booming, because the sound design added a whole new level to this film. And even at the end, I always try and watch the credits, and I couldn't even get through the end credits because the sound design was just so intense. It's like these little kids singing and singing, counting their numbers, but counting them incorrectly, and all the music, I know, was very intentional and disjointed and made to make you feel uncomfortable, and they did a great job. I was wildly uncomfortable listening to that, and just so creepy. But yeah, I couldn't imagine sitting in a dark theater with that, like, surround sound just booming in your ear. Oh my god, I would have been throwing my popcorn on the air every 5 seconds. Like, I wouldn't have made it. But oh, it was really hard to not grab a blanket and just, like, hide behind a blanket because I was so freaking scared. And I thought I'd, like, I know I say I'm a wuss, but I feel like my, like, level of wuss has gotten, like, slightly better, but apparently I know nothing because this movie freaking terrified me. I'm so scared. Definitely gonna have to sleep with the lights on. But like I said, in the weird way, I still really enjoyed it. Like, I wouldn't watch it again, but if someone was like, hey, do you have a recommendation for a good horror movie? I'd be like, if you want to scare the pants off yourself, check this thing out. And I don't know if there are sequels or remakes or anything like that. Let me know in the comments. I know this came out, you know, fairly recently in the last 10 years or so, so it's possible. I haven't heard of any, but they definitely left it, like, open-ended. Like, they didn't, you know, get the bad guy or anything. Like, he's still out there, which I think makes it even scarier, and just scoops Ashley up and takes her into the film, and that's how they're kind of keeping alive. Like, that's how they're staying alive. And even when Ellison asks, you know, this professor, hey, if I burned the image, because he's explaining how these image, you know, was able to just be possessed by looking at this thing. He's like, if I burned it, like, what does that do? And the professor kind of has this adverse reaction, but doesn't really explain it. Maybe he doesn't know. I don't know. But he in no way says, hey, you're next. And, you know, when the Deputy so-and-so calls, you think he would be, like, a little bit more concerned, considering he's basically telling this guy, like, you're gonna go next because by moving you somehow made it worse, which is just like, the horror movie trope is that they never leave the house, and that there were so many signs to leave and they never do, and in this case they did, and it still came after them, and that's what made it worse. Like, I don't know what would have happened if they would have stayed in the house, but it wasn't going well, obviously, and the fact that, you know, them moving is what triggered it, because they took it with it, basically. And now whoever moves into that house is just gonna continue and continue, and oh my gosh. And they were like, it wasn't in one state, it was all across the country, so you wouldn't really, I mean, why would you put these stories together? And, you know, obviously that's what the deputy did, but without the information that Ellison gave him, nobody would have pieced these things together. They're very gruesome murders, obviously, but, you know, all across the country. And, like, the families didn't know each other. They have no connection to, like, they've never met, obviously, because one of them would have had to have been dead for the next one to, you know, take over that house, basically. So it would be very tricky to put that together, other than that they systematically moved into each other's houses at some point. And just grim. I think the lawnmower one got me the most, because oh my god, that was, and I was paying too much attention. I should have, oh my god, I was too focused on it, and it just came out of nowhere. You know, when you're, like, watching a scene, you're like, okay, where's this going? Because at first I thought, okay, maybe the killer is stealing the lawnmower for some reason. Like, why are you doing that? And nope, just going to run over your family with the freaking lawnmower, because that's nightmare fuel. And then this little girl in her yellow raincoat, which definitely reminded me of it. And just standing there with this, deadpan look into the camera and going like, shh, don't tell anybody. I'm like, okay, girl, you're on camera. We can see you. But like, so messed up. And Ellison talked to the police, but nobody else. His wife had no idea what was going on. She was slowly finding out and getting very upset, obviously, but at no point, by the time he realized what was happening, it was too late. This good night, daddy, note, and the green stuff in his coffee, obviously realizing that he's been drugged, and it's game over. And even in Ashley's drawing of what happened to her family, she draws them in pieces. She hacked them up with this freaking axe, and oh my god, like I said, it definitely reminded me of The Shining, being isolated, this writer trying to make his next greatest piece and being so focused on that. And I'm glad we did see, although it was short-lived, Ellison, coming around to realizing his family is the most important thing, and he's, obviously got the crap scared out of him and wanted to focus on this book, and decides, I'm getting too deep into this, and, tries to do what's right for his family. And obviously at the end, it doesn't last long, but oh my gosh, my heart. I couldn't imagine looking up at your kid with an axe who's saying I'm gonna make you famous, daddy. Oh my god, so freaking scary. No thank you. And a lot of the scenes, the lighting, even practical lighting or natural lighting, was very scarce. The scenes where we had tons of light were very rare. In the beginning, I think they only go outside during the day 2 or 3 times in the entire movie. When they're first moving in, obviously we see them coming in and out of the house, and then when there's a few other scenes towards the end of the film, but the majority of it is Ellison in a dark room, not even oh, there's a little lamp in the corner, dark, no lights of any kind, which I don't think I've really seen that style very often, because usually you want to be able to see the actor's face and, have it well lit. But so many times I was like, should I turn up the brightness? What's going on? And maybe that was better suited for a theatrical, a film screen, and it was just how I viewed it. But a lot of the scenes felt really, really dark, and the computer glow is basically the only thing that's illuminating his face, and to see that, and I feel like the scenes his wife was in, there was a little bit more light, if they were in the kitchen, or even when they're having the fight in his room, there's light coming in from outside, so we can see that, and him wearing the same clothes, the majority of the film, the same sweater, the same shirt, this university shirt for the good first half of the film. And I think it's a great example of a horror movie that's minimal characters, because we have our family, these 4 characters are basically it, and few locations, the house, and then obviously we have their old house at the end, but the majority of the film takes place in the house, different rooms, but still. So 1 location, small cast, relatively short timeline. She said it's only been a couple weeks that he's been working on this, and he's already picked up habits that don't happen till much later on. So yeah, again, just crazy. It's just a really, really intense film. When we first had that home video of the family hanging in the tree, I thought, okay, this is it. This is going to be our mystery. We're going to find out what happened to this family. I thought we would learn more about the families, because we don't really. We just know, obviously, that they are no longer alive and that one of their children is missing. So we don't know, what their hobbies are. We see, little pieces in each film. It's a happy memory, and then the horrible unaliving happens. And just naming the films also, Sleepy Time and House Painting, things that would seem very innocuous until you put them in and watch them, and then it's game over basically. And we know burning the film doesn't do anything. It just comes right back. So I don't know how you would destroy it, but it's just such a creepy premise. And yeah, those jump scares and that image of his face is just going to be burned in my brain for the next little while. Oh my God. And it wasn't even when we had the kids, they looked just like kids with, hair and makeup and prosthetics and everything. They weren't ghostly apparitions. And I think that made it scarier, because they seemed very real. It seemed like you could reach out and touch them and that they would be there, which is super, super creepy. And they did a great job with that. And I don't know who the child actors were that were playing those kids, or even, Ashley or Trevor, but I think they did a great job as well. And the scene of Trevor coming out of the box backward, oh my God, that was so early on as well, and just terrifying. And it's one of those things where you look at it and your brain doesn't know what's happening right away, because usually kids aren't coming out of a box backwards. And I thought maybe it was one of the kids who had passed away or the ghosts, and I thought we were only going to be dealing, with the 4 ghosts of the people who were in the tree, but clearly there was much more going on. And then to see our cast, be unalived at the end as well and just add to this ghost, like now, Ellison's going to be haunting this place, or maybe it'll just be Trevor or Ashley. It seems to just be the kids that stick around. We didn't see many adult ghosts, and I'm curious to find out how they filmed some of the scenes for the Super 8 footage, because those looked like real people going into the pool, and those looked like people in the car. I mean, the car one they did cut, so you could definitely tell that, thankfully nobody was hurt, and the hanging stuff, and oh my gosh, like, it's just, I don't know if CGI would have been involved for that, or green screen or anything, but I don't know if they actually shot it on Super 8 or if they just shot it like they would for the rest of the movie and then added like a grainy filter to it. It looked realistic, but again, some of these filters can be pretty convincing. We don't get any sound for the home movies because Super 8 didn't have audio, and I think that's what makes the sound design even creepier. And there was definitely moments during jump scares when there was absence of sound, which is to me just the worst, because then you're like, okay, now what? Like, we've run out basically, like, where do we go from here? And having the killer POV and having the kids record this stuff, I didn't think that the kids had been kidnapped, because again, that would have to allude to one person being responsible, and it was too long of a timeline for that to make sense, because this person would have had to been in their 60s or 70s by now. And yeah, and obviously they were talking about, this deity, and, even when we see the scorpion and the snake in his house, we see those in the images later. So I definitely feel like you could watch this again and pick up on little clues, and his face, kind of appearing everywhere. So creepy. But I was not expecting Ellison to be talking to the police at all. Like, we don't even yet learn the deputy's name, but obviously he sees some things and needs to talk to somebody. And then even the conversation with him and the deputy, it didn't feel like the deputy was taking like a police. He wasn't like, where were you? How did this happen? Trying to get the details. He's felt more like a therapy session. Like, he was like, how did this feel? And like, well, I think this could happen. And like, I'm glad he had somebody to confide in, but from what we saw in this, the police weren't excited he was there, and we're glad he was leaving town. Don't even give him a ticket when he's speeding, and probably had been drinking also, which I thought they would check, but nope, just let him go because they want him gone so badly and don't want to be part of his book. They did mention Cujo, which I know is a Stephen King book, and I know Stephen King writes about a lot of characters who are writers, so I wonder if some influence from Stephen King came into play into this as well. The most like blood and gore that we saw, like even the kills that happen on camera that we have in the home movies, we don't see a ton of that stuff. Like, it's a quick cut and then, like we see the fire or we see them go into the pool and we know what's happening. But the most blood and gore we have is at the end when Ashley is painting with her family's blood on the walls, which is so just beyond messed up, and puts their little drawing in the box and clearly possessed. And, they usually go for the younger kids, and I think she was the younger sister. And we have the shot of the symbol in blood as well at the end of the door. Overall, I really enjoyed it, even though it scared the crap out of me. I even accidentally swore because I was so scared. I was trying not to swear, but oh my gosh, it was just terrifying. Definitely gonna sleep with the lights on, definitely gonna have some nightmares about this for a little while and just have this image burned in my brain, and I'm gonna need to watch a lot of cartoons or something to rinse and repeat that out of my brain, because yeah, it's in there. Oh god. And the jump scares, I fell for I think every jump scare, like every loud noise I fell for. Usually as the movie goes on I get better at predicting the jump scares, but nope, this one I think I was like 10 out of 10. I don't know how many jump scares there were, but I fell for all of them. And really great sound design. Ethan Hawke did a great performance. I really like him, and just a really interesting story. I like this concept of him being a true crime writer and, kind of struggling and trying to get his next big hit, and, reliving some of the memories. We see him watching these old tapes and reminiscing about his career and the things that were important to him at certain times and where he is now and where their priorities are, basically. And there was so much writing on this book as well, like maybe somebody will write a book about his murder, I don't know, but the fact that, his marriage, finances, their house, like everything was riding on this book, and now it's definitely not happening. But I liked, as the audience, we got to go along with him to try and figure out this mystery. Like, we're seeing things for the first time as he's seeing them, and, you know, doing this research with the professor and the deputy and trying to put all these pieces together. But it was just so messed up, and now he's just added another one. So hopefully nobody moves into that house for forever, and that's why there's such a big gap in between. Let me know if there are sequels, if you think I should watch those. Usually sequels aren't as good as the original, but let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for movies you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Oh, that's the tree. I mean, at the very least, you're gonna have ghosts. Can it not be called family hanging out? That fun day at the beach, and then boom, car on fire. Like, something's gotten to that kid. Yeah, something's messing with him. Oh, cheese and rice. The boogeyman, is that what we're going with? I was like, why is he stealing their lawnmower? Out of the blood on the walls.